Mike Moore Media.
Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Lydia Craddock, and I work with the Rockingham County School Systems. I love what I do what I love. And you would think with a school system that in the summertime we're not very busy. Not true. We've got so much going on. And if you were listening to our podcast and anything close to real time, if you're near the summer, let me let you know what is happening. We've got companies right and left in our community that are looking for folks to hire. There are job announcements out there, and I am happy to say that we have students that have really stepped up to the plate here with our apprenticeship program. We have students that have joined the pre-apprenticeship program that is being managed by Jennifer Lester at Rockingham Community College. She is their apprenticeship coordinator. She's got our students over there. They are taking 2 college courses, and then they are working 3 and 4 days a week for local companies as they are learning trades and preparing for well-paying careers. So we're just excited to see those folks stepping up. Now, that apprenticeship program, those pre-apprentices are both from private and public charter schools, and at the end of their summer pre-apprenticeship, they will decide with their company's approval whether to go forward into a full apprenticeship. We're really proud of those students because there are folks that are not stepping up to the plate. We're looking for so many people to hire in our community, and we're so proud of our students that they are stepping up. Their full apprenticeship, of course, will be offered in the fall, and there will be a signing ceremony in August. So stay tuned to our podcast, and we will let you know more about that upcoming ceremony, that signing ceremony. Thanks so much to our companies that continue to sponsor our students in this arena. Now, summer school. We're doing wonderful things with summer school this year. Like I said, you would think that summer is a quiet time, but we know that last year was a little bit challenging with COVID, and the school system stepped up, offering summer school to students that need to catch up or maybe need to get a little bit ahead. So it's interesting. I usually do work during the summer, but the school halls are empty. But the high school that I'm stationed in right now, there have been students in there. There have been teachers in there. A little bit unusual. Everybody's wearing their mask, but excuse me, everybody seems to have a smile on their face. And so we would really like to give a shout out, not just to those teachers that are going above and beyond this summer, not just to those students who are giving up lots of summer activities just so that they can catch up and be in the place they need to be in the fall, but also a shout out to wonderful custodial staff who usually have the entire summer to get everything done that needs to be done as you're preparing schools for a new year. And they're now having to work around students and teachers, and they're doing it with a smile. So thanks so much to those folks. Now, another issue that goes on during the summer that sometimes folks don't think about, rising ninth graders are a little bit worried. They are going into a new environment. They are going into a high school where regulations are different, the rules are different, it's a new place, new people, and now they've gone to being the senior on the block in the middle school to now being the freshman again. So each of our schools is running a, sometimes we call it a boot camp. That's a scary word. It makes you think of putting on fatigues and heavy boots and running miles and miles and people yelling at you, and that, of course, is not what's happening. But each of the schools is mounting a time for our ninth graders to be present in the school during the summer just to see what this whole new environment is going to be about. And RockATOP is so excited to be part of that this year. And Sharon Galloway, the career coach that comes in from Rockingham Community College, is helping with this project as well. And one of the things that RockATOP is doing is working with students, these rising ninth grade students, to make sure they understand the multitude of opportunities that are in front of them as they are going forward. Things like apprenticeships, things like understanding we've got college advisors that will help you make choices, make the right choices where to go. Understanding that military is a possibility. Understanding that getting a credential, going to a trade school is a possibility. Understanding that going directly into a career is a possibility. Now, why are we talking with ninth graders about this? They've still got 4 years before this has to happen. It's because these opportunities come to them very rapidly in high school. For instance, 10th graders now have the opportunity to begin to take what we call dual enrollment courses that allow them to get college credit without paying college tuition at the same time that they are getting high school credit. But what happens is, in order to take advantage of all of these opportunities, our rising 9th graders have to step up to the plate early, as soon as they walk in the door in the 9th grade. And these boot camps are helping them realize that. Miss Galloway is coming in and talking with students about some of those essential skills that we all need as adults, things like getting to work on time and getting to work consistently and doing the best effort at the work that you have been given and taking initiative. Miss Galloway is chatting with those students about that, and we are excited to be able to talk to these 9th graders. So we're so thankful to these principals that have allowed RockATOP to come into these boot camps, the principals and the instructional coaches at each of our high schools that are managing this. It's a lot to do. The summer is a very, very busy time for us. Then, as always, as you think through the summer, as you have more time possibly with your student at home, whether you're mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, we always encourage you to continue to discuss course options with your high school students. There are so many things that are offered in our high schools. You no longer go into high school and you're told this is what you have to take, and that's what you take. There are many, many choices, and we want to, from CTE perspective, from a career and technical education perspective, we want to always encourage the student to seek out the courses that would help them as they're going to embrace a career of their choice. What that means is our career and technical education programs, our course offerings continue to grow, and your students have opportunities, as I've already mentioned, to participate in college courses at no cost while they're still in high school. But also, each of our high schools, of course, we've talked about this in a podcast before, has a unique academy. If a student is aware of a particular career that they want to pursue, they can request to attend that academy. We have a science, technology, engineering, and math academy, a public safety academy, a health science academy, a design academy. But also, each of our high schools has career and technical education courses that are outside of those defined academies that are unique to their school. We would love to have parents talking with their students about their careers to make sure they take advantage of these unique course opportunities. One of the things that is phenomenal about our Board of Education is that if a student has already made some choices about a chosen career path and the high school that they are assigned to does not offer coursework specifically aimed at that career, but another high school does, our board is kind enough to allow that student to transfer to the school that is going to best meet their career preparation needs. But what that means is that student needs to kind of define that early, and they also need to know what's out there. For example, we have 2 schools that offer our automotive program. That's Moorhead High School and Rockingham County High School. This is not saying that the other high schools are less. It's simply expensive to put all of this equipment in every single school. It's not possible. And that's why our board is kind enough to allow students to transfer based on what that student's career interest is. Another example of that is Rockingham County High School is the only high school that we have that offers courses in animal science. So if we have a student, if in your family there is a student that is definitely aiming for veterinary medicine or veterinary science, then Rockingham County High School would be the school that they want to consider. At Reidsville High School, we have offered a course that is scientific visualization, which is not offered at other high schools. So I would encourage parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, youth pastors to get in there to know what the schools offer, know what your student is looking for in terms of the career they're looking at, and make some choices. Help that student make choices based on their goals. Now, also, again, we think of summer as a slow time, a time when teachers, when we're not in there doing things, we are. These teachers, as I've said, we've got so many of them in summer school, but we've also got teachers that are at home that are preparing lesson plans, that are calling in. I was calling a teacher the other day just to get some background on something, and I realized, oh my goodness, I bet she's on vacation. And she was on vacation. She was at the beach, but she was working on lesson plans. That's pretty exciting to know that these folks are that committed. But as you start doing just your regular shopping, you've probably already noticed that Walmart, etc., these places are already putting out all of their school supplies. Please put some extra school supplies in your buggy, because very soon you're going to be hearing from our public information officer, Adam Powell, with the school system about a project the school system has going in August about stuff the bus with the school supplies that these students need. As a teacher in the system, I've always found the system to be generous in making sure that I had what I needed to conduct my classes. But we do consistently see students that are coming to us from kindergarten all the way to high school that don't have the materials they need, whether it's pencils and pens and markers or notebooks or whatever it is. We do see that we do still have those students that are not able to for some reason or another, just not able to show up with the supplies they need. So Adam, we hope to get him on a podcast in the near future, but if not, you're still going to be seeing tons of information that he's sending out about some special days. So go ahead, start purchasing those supplies, get them ready so that we can pass them on to these students. We are excited. We are excited that these students, Lord willing, are coming back to us in the fall. Everybody's going to be ready, and we are going to be ready for new things, new projects. We will begin again to start recruiting for our apprenticeship program for the next year. That is a rolling recruitment process, and it will begin in the fall with our 11th and 12th graders. You will begin to hear us talk more about that, and then applications will be submitted in January, then interviews will begin in February and March, and then we will start choosing our next year's cohort. We're so excited that we are getting ready we are entering our 4th cohort, and Lord willing, next year we will actually see some of our apprentices graduating with their associate's degree. They will be graduating with that degree from Rockingham Community College, and there are several pathways in that degree, but they will have accomplished that while working full-time and without having to pay for college tuition. We're just so excited that this cycle is continuing. Now, thank you so much for listening to us on our podcast. You can find us online at Facebook, RockATOP NC. You can find us on our YouTube channel, again, RockATOP NC. You can find us on Instagram, RockATOP NC. You can find us on Twitter, RockATOP NC. We would love to have input from you, whether you are a community citizen or whether you are in industry. We need you to make this successful. But RockATOP is where our students, careers, and our industries meet. Thank you for spending time with us today. This is Lydia Craddock, loving what I do and doing what I love for the Rockingham County Public School System.